Welcome back. You're with Abi and Ian as a couple playing video games together because that's what we like to do for fun. And we are playing Pokémon FireRed, Ian.
Pokémon FireRed Episode 2. So in the last episode, we'll just do a brief, maybe at the beginning of each episode, we'll do a brief recap of the
last episode,
but also who's in our party. We have a level 8 Mankey, which is an adamant nature, which I'm very excited about. We have a Charmander, who is a calm nature, so increased special defense. We caught a Pikachu as the very first encounter in
Viridian Forest.
Viridian or Vermilion?
Oh, I stand to be corrected.
I think it is Viridian. I think you're right. And then we have some other kind of strong seconds.
Are we leveling up that Pidgey?
I mean,
I'm not pro or against, because we have to get all the Pokemon anyway. I'm just wondering if you're a Pidgey's leader in the game, or if we're waiting for an XP share, or what the deal is.
My thinking is, let's see if we can find a Pidgeotto just naturally.
Oh, nice.
And if not, we can throw the XP share in it. Okay, we might as well, actually...
We do have to get a Pidgeot as well.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But I don't think they spawn in the wild. So I think that...
Okay, that's cool.
I think the Pidgeot will have no choice.
Nice. And we're going to go to the gym. We're going to fight Brock.
That's right. So you came in at a great time. The rules of our couples playthrough is I will be managing the controls. I'll be doing the mechanical stuff, and Abby will be doing the big picture stuff in terms of kind of where we go. And she's also got her hand on the helm of the Google.
If we need it.
So oftentimes we will be asking her questions about
what on earth is happening,
what to do next, or where to go, or where to get certain items, or especially where to get certain Pokemon, because we are going to be making sure we get every Pokemon that the game can offer us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that this Geodude is
so tanky. But I mean, you're 2 levels beneath him. I feel like that has to matter.
Well, you say 2 levels, but Mankey. So, do you see how his attack goes up +3?
Yeah.
So that is because, as you pointed out when you looked at its stats, it has, I think you said, 95 attack stat and 105 speed stat. So his speed went up a bit, his attack went up a lot. And so that means his total attack and total speed are higher than another Mankey's would be if they weren't adamant.
Good for him. Good for the tanky Mankey.
Well, we change Pokemon. We won't change. Now, we don't have any type advantage against Sandshrew.
Aww, that's so cute.
It is a ground type, but I'm still going to use Little Kick, hoping he's...
Aww.
Ooh.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. Let's just see what a Scratch does.
About the same.
About the same. But you know what? We have a contingency plan, and it's called the starter.
Some people don't like to use the starter. I always like keeping the starter throughout the whole game, and it becomes my best friend. Like, my Meganium and I, and my Empoleon and I, we're best friends forever. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think most people did keep their starter, and it became one of their core Pokemon. I am of the camp that it can be more interesting to find an alternative.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're going with this Mankey a little bit. But I think we are going to keep this Charmander in the party for the whole time, because Abby gets to decide 3 slots.
I'm very attached.
So you see Charmander, you see how because he had a calm nature increases special defense, and now it's at +3. So it really does make a big difference. Like, if he had been a different nature, the special attack would be 22. You know, that's like 10% higher. So anyway, I only say that because Abby... Since we're playing together, we're sort of mixing our playstyles, and my playstyle is to kind of examine the numbers.
He's very strategy-based, and I go with my feelings-based, which is not a strategy, but it's fun for me, so it's fine.
All right, so...
And you were also, last episode, Ian shared one of his greatest Pokemon moments in his history of Pokemon, which I think is fun. Mm-hmm. And it was... the feeling after completing the end game in Emerald. Do we have time before Brock starts giving us his spiel to hear your other one, or do you want to save it till after the gym battle?
What I'd like to do is I'd like you to tell me when Charmander gets Metal Claw.
Oh, I can look that up.
Yeah, and the reason I ask for that is because I happen to know Charmander does get Metal Claw.
Level 13.
Okay, so we're going to level Charmander up to level 13 just in case our Mankey gets
Attacked?
beaten.
Oh.
And it would be nice to have
A backup?
a Pokemon that has a move that's effective against rock types.
Yeah.
And metal in this game is effective against rock types. Although, interestingly, I'm pretty sure the only metal-type Pokemon in the original 150 was Magneton. This is going to take a little while, but you know what? We're going to do it.
Was Magnemite also... No?
I'm pretty sure those are the only two. I think they're lightning. They're a lightning type. Electric type.
Next time we play, I should get my old... I have an OG. So when I was 10, my friend's mom took me with her and my friend to a church penny sale. And I don't know... I'm not entirely positive I understand the concept of a penny sale, nor do I think they exist anymore. Because for literally 10 cents, an actual dime, I bought a used copy of the original Pokemon handbook. And this is not a reprint. This is... Well, I was 10. It was the time it came out. And I have cherished it for 20 years. So maybe I should bring that out next time we play, and we can use that as a reference point. Because it might give us some information. If nothing else, it'll be fun and nostalgic.
Very true. And I almost wonder if it's more efficient to farm experience in Viridian Forest, because I think you could get like level... Or you could get Kakunas and stuff.
I want to know what the forest is called. We should go back in there just to see if it's Vermilion or Viridian, because I am questioning everything I know about everything at this point.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, we missed because of Sand Attack. So yes, I will tell you my other moment that I quite fondly remember. It was Pokemon either Sun or Moon. And again, there's an end game there that I think, don't quote me, but I think you have to beat 100 trainers in a row. And they were quite grueling. Mm. And so you really had to have good natures on your Pokemon to increase their stats to their maximum. And there was what are called EV training that was involved, like to make sure that the Pokemon experience that they gain based on battles was optimal. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. Level 13 and Metal Claw, great.
It's Viridian Forest, is that what I said?
Yes, I think so. I'm the one who said Vermilion. Like a fool.
Isn't Vermilion the name of a Pokemon? That butterfly?
I thought it was a color.
We don't know anything, apparently.
No. Okay, so we are going to save in front of most major battles that we are aware of. Unfortunately, I have a feeling the game is going to throw some battles at us that we're not aware of, but we definitely don't want to white out and lose half of our cash, because I think that is the penalty.
Yikes.
Okay, hello, Brock. So you're here. I'm Brock. My rock hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all rock hard and have true grit determination, which is not an expression, by the way. I've never heard of true grit determination.
Well, maybe it's because he's a rock type.
Maybe. That's right. My Pokemon are all rock type. You did mention that, I think. Wah, 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 wah. You're going to challenge me, knowing that you will lose. That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. I know we haven't said anything. Fine then, show me your best.
I like that he sounds like gravel. And it's Vivillon is the Pokemon I'm thinking of. It's what Scatterbug turns into. It's that butterfly.
Okay. Alright. Our strategy here again is to just low kick everything.
Kick it right in the shins.
Wow. See, that is more damage than I really love to be taking.
I believe in you. You got this.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think we finish off Geodude. Hopefully we get a level out of it, which would be nice just to get some more stats.
Well, he's 3 levels ahead of you. Yeah, nice. And then if you switch it out, though, if you keep Mankey and then let Charmander take a hit, then he gets half the XP, unless you don't want to do that.
I think Mankey can do it. We're going to have to...
Oh, we have potions.
Yeah, my strategy is to use a leader. We're going to lower his defense. Wow, we're outsped by Onix? That I did not expect. But his defense is lowered.
Yeah, he's the fastest, probably boulders.
How? We're not very fast, apparently. That's okay. We are going to use a potion.
Nice.
Let's see how much tackle does to us. Okay, it only does 7, so I'm not really too worried at this point. Although it does outspeed us, we just have to be aware of that. So we can survive 2...
Wow. That was amazing. I'm actually so impressed.
I did not expect that.
No one saw that coming. Not even us.
We will pretend.
That was the strategy.
See, we got a nice +2 attack. That's very nice. Karate chop. How fun.
That's a great move.
I'll learn about that in a second. I took you for granted. You took us for granted?
He should have said he took us for granted.
Ooh. And so I lost. As proof of victory, I confer you on this. No, I confer on you this. Okay, I confer with you. The official Pokemon League Boulder badge.
Oh, yay!
Well done, Abby.
First badge.
And well done, Mankey. I gotta tell you, that was shocking to watch that HP go down.
That really, I did not see that coming.
It also enables use of the move Flash. Of course, the Pokemon must know what to use it. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. Cash.
And doesn't he proceed to not give us Flash?
I'm not going to give you Flash. I'm going to give you TM39. Contains a technique for Pokemon. Teach it to a Pokemon. Pick the Pokemon. Anyways.
Rock Tomb.
Hurls boulders. Okay. Well,
I mean, it's not a bad move to know.
You know what? It could be very, very awesome.
Very juicy.
So the first thing we're going to do is heal up. We're going to use all our newfound money to buy some swanky, danky items for Mankey. I don't know.
For Mankey. Is right now Mankey one of your top 3?
Top 3 for the ones we're going to keep in the party?
For right now. Like if you had to choose right now 3 from everything we've caught.
100%. Yeah. I like that he's a fighting type. I love that he's adamant. He seems to have good speed and good attack stats. And I'm wondering if he can even learn.
You're just going to go for it, eh?
Oh, he's able. I am going to. And the reason I'm going to... yes, it should be. Which should be forgotten. We're gonna... I mean, Lear helped us out a lot in the last battle. So, you know what? We're going to get rid of... Well, hold on. What does Karate Chop do? 50. With a high critical ratio. That's fun. Low kick is great for Onyxes, apparently. We're going to get rid of Scratch.
Oh, yeah, because it's based on weight, and Onyx weighs several tons. Yeah. I totally forgot that was how that worked.
I wonder if we even didn't have to use Lear on it first.
Lear might have been absolutely useless.
It very well might have been. But anyway, so we know that Geodudes, because we're going to be fighting more Geodudes for sure. Because I remember there's a cave coming up. So we're going to put Karate Chop first.
Nice.
This will be for... Now, fighting is not effective against flying types. And flying types are effective against Mankey, but that's why we have a rock move. I don't love the 80 accuracy, but we're going to have to live with that. Lear for fighting like a battle where it's going to be drawn out. And then low kick. If we need any more Onyxes, we're going to low kick him right in the head, apparently.
Evidently.
I'm going to deposit some Pokemon because I think we're going to go to a new area. And I think we're going to want to...
Keep some in our party?
That's right.
Wait, you're keeping the Rattata?
Yeah, because you reminded me that we are going to learn Cut at some point.
Oh.
And my sense, or my recollection, is that Rattata can learn Cut.
Sweet.
Okay. So, let's see how many Pokeballs we have. 3. That's not going to do it.
That's not entirely enough to catch a ball.
Well, no, indeed it's not. So we're going to go up to 10.
That seems good. I feel like you can't really find 10 new Pokemon between each Pokemart anyway.
No, I don't think so. Escape Road, it's a little expensive, but we're going to buy some repels. Well, 2 whole repels.
Yay. Can you sell anything?
I don't know. Oops. Let's find it.
I'm just curious.
Can we sell the Teachy TV?
Yeah, no one wants that.
Nothing that I think we want to sell.
Fair.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save because...
We won.
We won in a splendid fashion. I'm really proud of our Mankey. Did you see him one-hit KO that Onyx?
I did. It kind of reminded me of one of my best Pokemon moments Oh, wait, this looks plotty.
What's his voice going to be? He's going to be, oh, I'm glad I caught up to you, Snarf, Snarf. I'm Professor Oak's aide, Snarf. I've been asked to deliver this, so here you go.
Running shoes. That is a choice win.
Press the B button to run. I must be getting back to the lab. Bye-bye. I noticed he's not running.
He gave you his shoes.
His letter attached. Dear Dreadfudo, here's a pair of running shoes. I'll always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. So Professor Oak's aide is taking orders from Mom. Is there anything down here? There's not.
No.
Okay, well, let's get going here.
Let's fight some battles. So speaking of like random good fortune, so the reason I got into Pokemon, when I was about 9, my dad is a mechanic and he works at fixing school buses. He's done that my whole life. And he's been to a few different companies, but one day he came home with a huge bag. It was gigantic. And in it were 2 Game Boy Advances, 2 Game Boy Colors, all of the chargers, and so many games. I'm talking like Pokemon, 2 copies of Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Blue, all of the original Marios and Wario's and Donkey Kongs, like Pokemon Pinball, a bunch of stuff. And he said that one of the bus drivers was mad at her son because he didn't do his chores. So she took all of his games and sold them to my dad for $20. I cannot, even at 9, I was so aware that that was an amazing deal. I couldn't even fathom, even 9-year-old me was like, that is not how much that should cost. And then my parents didn't see me for about a month.
That is a bargain.
I know. Can you believe it's so random? He just came home with it and said she was selling it to get vengeance, which I support random vengeance. That's fun. And he thought I might like them. And my sister wasn't as interested, so I got to keep everything, which was amazing.
That's pretty sweet. In terms of our little playthrough, I just want to let you know, Abby, that I have a little strategy because you can kind of tell at this stage in the game, at least, what Pokemon they're likely to use based on their hats. I noticed we were going to fight a bug user, so I just switched to Charmander.
Nice.
To kind of, because we do want to level him up a little bit, obviously.
Yeah, he's OP.
He's OP. We need a Charizard anyway, and so I don't know what this guy uses, but we're going to switch back to
Mankey.
I think Mankey's going to be my top one right now.
I think Charmander's mine for obvious Charmander reasons. I'm excited to catch all the other Pokemon, and our top 3 each may switch and evolve as time goes on. That's kind of the beauty of it.
Yeah, as you get later into the game. Oh, look at that. Nice move. Wow. Mankey apparently does not have a ton of defense.
Whoa, but that was a great hit.
Well, apparently the coin toss went well for me there because apparently if they have a baseball cap, they have normal type Pokemon, maybe? Oh, a poison type.
Ekans. Have we even fought an Ekans yet in this game?
I don't think so. So this is not good for us because Intimidate cuts our attack, and I believe that fighting is weak when it attacks poison. So we're gonna get our old faithful Charmander. Charmander's gonna use Ember.
Nice. Burn the snake.
And I think that will just be... Oh, yes, I burned it. Well, then that'd be good summoning of the
the burn.
Correct status condition. So, to finish my story about Pokemon Sun, so yeah, it was this streak of 100, I think 100 trainers that you had to deal with, and they were all level 100, just with the way the end game is set up. I think everything has to be level 100. So your Pokemon, the opponent's Pokemon, and then you couldn't lose for 100 times.
That's crazy. And
yeah, I think you healed between each fight. In fact, I'm sure you must have been able to.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be pretty rough. And so, we got a bug catcher here. So we keep our. Oh, I forgot to switch. Whoops.
It's probably gonna be okay.
It'll be okay. And in fact, Greg.
Hi, Greg. We're gonna fight you now.
I think Bug is actually weak to rock. So we're gonna see if this kills.
I do like it when matchups make sense in the real world. Like, if you throw water on a fire, it should go out. If you put a rock on a bug, it should be squished. I get it. I'm okay with that. This makes sense to me. You know?
So there I was in Pokemon Sun. And anyway, long story short, I remember very distinctly having a Kartana. So the legendaries in that game were like the beast Pokemon. And the beast Pokemon were so cool because their special abilities... I'm not sure if this is going to kill it, actually. Nope. Luckily, all I can do is harden. Their special abilities always increased, I think, their highest stat when they knocked out a Pokemon. So it was a lot of fun for his Kartana. And increased his attack stat when he knocked out somebody. And so it was always nice for these battles because if he could get in a kill early, he could kind of sweep the other two with increasing ease.
Did I see you do this? I feel like I remember something like this. I don't know if it was the same one or if this is just something you've done multiple times.
I can't remember what. But to answer your question, I remember I think I had a Weavile, a Kartana, and then there was this weird clown-headed Pokemon that was a legendary beast in that game as well. And I just remember it being appropriately challenging, and I just really liked my team. And the Weavile was great for some reason. So those are my two fond accomplishments. And one thing I don't love about the new Pokemon games, although there's a lot of positive things to be said about them, the graphics, the range of Pokemon you can get.
Size of the screen.
The fact you can play them on larger screens. What kind of Pokemon do you think she has? Probably.
Normal?
Yeah. Maybe a flying type?
Are we going to go down to that middle section, or are we avoiding the middle section?
I don't know. We'll do the middle section. Oh, she's got a normal type, so you know what that means. Karate chop.
Yeah. Wow, that is so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
So for those who may be watching who don't play... Oh, poison type. Yeah, we're going to switch this up. Who don't play a lot of Pokemon. And maybe some of these episodes will be a little mini tutorial on Pokemon for those who don't play it a ton. There are... Oh, we're just critting all over the place.
I'm having so much fun with this.
There are several types that a Pokemon can be, including Charmander, which is like a fire type, and Mankey, which is a fighting type. And there are normal type Pokemon. And their only weakness is to... Oh, look at that, a squiggle in the grass, Abby. You know what that means.
Oh my gosh, is that what every squiggle means?
Indeed it is.
I did not actually know that. I've played Pokemon for years, and I did not notice or know that fact.
One advantage to playing on the Switch is we've connected it to a television screen, and so it's much easier to see the squiggles. Okay, so Spearow is a flying... I think it might be a flying normal type, so we're going to use Rock Tone.
Are we going to have to think about rejigging their moves a little bit at the Pokemon Center? Like refreshing them?
Yeah. Oh, Peck might be fatal, yeah, it is.
It's okay, Mankey, you fought well, my friend.
Well done, Spearow.
Is there something you can... I was going to say, throw out the Pikachu. See if you can...
Yeah, we probably should have done that, actually. But...
That's okay. I'd like to level up the Pikachu just for now. But we might get the XP share first. I don't know when that is in the game. But I have to say, if I had to pick one thing I do love about the new games the most, it's that XP share is automatic and it applies to every Pokemon in your party. That is so nice. Because having to find it later in the game and then only give it to one Pokemon at a time takes 15 ever.
Yeah, that is definitely a quality of life thing in the new games. My philosophy is I prefer the original method because it meant that if you had a high level Pokemon, it was definitely something you invested more time into. But I can see the appeal. Okay,
I did look this up because I desperately want the XP share. Because there's really, once you move out of the first area, there's no other way to level up Pokemon who are low level unless you have the XP share. Handicapped.
Yeah, it would definitely be harder, I would say.
So we have to catch at least 50 different species of Pokemon and then talk to Professor Oak's aide in Route 15. Okay. Oh, in the gatehouse to Route 15. So I guess those little buildings. I didn't know they were called gatehouses. That's so cute.
It is cute. Okay, so I also picked up some repels because we know that the cave is coming up. And we'll probably stop the video before we go into the cave. But anyway, I was saying, and I will continue to say, that the reason why fighting types are so good in this game is because there are lots of normal type Pokemon, but the only thing that will do double damage to them is a fighting type move. And moves further gain. So for example, let's say we have a normal type Rattata with, I don't know, let's say 15 health. Well, if a move normally does 5 damage, but it's a fighting type move, it's going to do 10 damage of that Rattata's health, which is great. And then moves get a further 50% bonus, called the same type attack bonus, or as it's affectionately known, stab bonus.
Aw, stab.
Also, we've missed 3 times in a row with our rock tomb. I know it's an 80% accuracy, but this Metapod is not moving.
I don't think hardening stops your accuracy. I think it just makes it less effective.
Yes. Apparently so much so that you miss.
It just evades the attack altogether.
Did that guy say, I like dinner?
I'd hope so. I agree. I also like dinner.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So same type attack bonus increases it by another 50%. So don't quote me on this math, but I think of that example, if there's a 15 HP Rattata, and Mankey uses a 5 power fighting move, it goes from 5 damage to
10.
It's 10 because of the super effective nature of it. And I think it gets another 5 on top from being the same type attack bonus, maybe. The math may not check out perfectly on that, but generally what you want to do in Pokemon is attack a Pokemon with super effective moves with the... Oh!
How cute!
Well now, this is awkward.
Didn't you just say we have to use the same type to get double the... Okay.
Well, you want to use the same type of attack as the Pokemon you're using. So if you're using a fighting type move, you want to use a fighting type Pokemon. Mm. And then you want it to be something that is doing super effective damage against. And that's the best way to do damage.
That's something I also like about the new games, that it does tell you if the move is going to be super effective or not. I only just found out today in Pokemon Go, when you're in a raid, that it will tell you under the actual move whether or not it's an effective move. I didn't notice until today. And I've been playing Pokemon Go since it came out in 2016, so I never noticed. Unless it's a new thing, which would make me feel better, but it's probably not.
You know what? Abby usually wins anyway, so it's not too much of a problem now. I see another squiggle here. We're going to grab a person.
Oh, it's just so good. I had no idea. I'm so impressed that you know that.
Well, there we go. Okay, so we're going to save here before we go into the cave.
Of caving.
We have, just so people know, I picked up some repels. 5 repels, which I think we're going to thank us for later.
Because it's not a Zubats. They just, every 4 steps, they're like, caw.
Yeah, not the best things. Okay, well, I think I'll end it there. And Abby, that was very fun. I think we made some good progress. We beat Brock.
Got a gym badge, guys.
Low-kicked that Onyx into oblivion.
We kicked it right in the face.
And what kind of adventures will we have next episode? I guess you'll have to tune in next time to find out.
All right, have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.